How does it feel to be back?
I'm buzzing at the moment. It feels like home, and for me, that's something that I was aiming for. And today, going to Lennoxtown and training, etc., it just felt like nostalgic, but it felt like I've never left. So that's the feeling at the moment.
Talk us through the decision to come back, and I suppose you would say it was an easy one.
Yeah. Well, never easy, right? Because all the decisions have the ups and downs, and you need to be smart on the steps that you are going to take. But once I really had the time to think on it, and I understand that this was the best step for my career at this moment, I felt like, okay, let's go for it once again, and it just feels right. Yeah.
You had so much success here, and it wasn't long ago. So, how confident are you can pick up where you left off?
I hope so. It's obviously been a year and a half with some difficulties, mostly inside the pitch where I didn't had like a lot of opportunities to play, and obviously like physically, it's not my best moment, but that will come quickly with minutes, game time, trainings, and I just can't wait for it.
It's a new manager. Some things are the same, but a new manager, some new players. What is it about this current setup at Celtic that makes you think you can thrive again here?
I'm just getting to know some. I'm just getting to know some of the lads. I think only 9 players remained since the last time, so I think it's not the best time to say that. I hadn't had the time, but definitely there's a lot of talent. There's room for improvement, and under the orders of Brendan, I think there's like a good environment to develop and to win stuff.
You talked about how the last 18 months has been quite challenging. Can you just talk us through that and what it's been like, your journey since you left Celtic?
Yeah, I mean, it's life, isn't it? It's choices that you make, and you have to live with them, and you have to go through them. I think I'm someone that believes that we shouldn't go outside or try to feel different things. Now you really need to go through it, and I was no different from that. So I've learned a lot of stuff. I've known myself in different ways that I didn't know, and I think that's all positives in the end of the day, because I'm much more mature. I have a different vision from what I want and what I want to achieve, and I'm very aware of myself. So in the end, that's what I take from it.
How different is the Jota that's arriving here today than the one that initially joined Celtic in the first spell?
How different? I wouldn't say much different. Like, I'm obsessed about football, and I always aim to have success and to give happiness and joy to the people that come to the stadium, to me, to my family. So in the end of the day, it will always be about that. So I wouldn't say I come differently. Like, maybe in personal terms, obviously, because I've had quite a long journey. But football terms, I would say that my goal and my aim is still the same.
Kyogo has obviously left the club at the same time that you've arrived today. Is that a shame, just given the fact that the two of you linked up very well in your last spell here?
Yeah, Kyogo is definitely someone that I have a very good relationship with on the pitch. This is football. Everything changes from one moment to another, and I wish I could still play with him more times. But as I told you, the wheel of football is always on moving, and then you just need to adapt yourself. Yeah.
How long have you known that this move might be in the pipeline, and what was your reaction when you first heard of Celtic's interest and you might have the opportunity to come back to the club?
Well, obviously I kept in touch with a lot of guys from Celtic, and even if sometimes it was on a joke, like, hey, why don't you come back? There was always this feeling that, okay, we know that there's a very good place over there, something that I felt really good, so why not coming back one day, Obviously, and I'm being truth, I didn't know that it was going to be so fast like this, but the last year and a half, it felt like 10 years. So coming here, it's just like a great feeling of joy and happiness, and I just feel at home. And then things just started to happen really quickly. And once I get in touch with everyone, and I felt like, okay, it's actually what I need for my life, and that's what I'm going to bet on. And it just happened naturally.
Is that the key thing for you? You've only played, I think, 26 games since you left. Is it just about getting back on the pitch and kind of rediscovering your confidence, really?
Yeah, 100%. I think obviously there's a period of time that I will need because it's a long time, and I always say this, that there's no amount of training that can give you what the game gives to you, because it's just different. So that's what I'm looking for now, like just to get back fit and like train hard, to play harder, and just have the same happiness that I had before.
New players and a new manager. Maybe what can you say about the influence Brendan Rodgers had on you signing here and the discussions you've had with him?
I think he was a key part on the move. I've had a couple of talks with him. I think he understood my position. I understood his ideas, his philosophy, and I think he's a great manager at the moment for Celtic, and we are on the move to make great things. So I'm very excited to work with him.
You mentioned it felt like 10 years at times when you were away. Did you appreciate what you had here more when you were away and you look back on it?
Yeah, I would say so, because only when you leave, it's only when you leave that then you can look back and see like, oh, I had that, I had this. But it was not just that, like through the places I was, then I gained other stuff that I didn't gain here, and I developed myself in a personal way that I didn't know. So that was actually really good for me as well. And in the end, it was just like going through processes, difficulties, and like overcoming them, you know. And yeah, I'm proud of myself on that matter.
You say you've kept in touch with your teammates. Were you still in the group chats? Did you never quite break off that kind of connection?
No. Can you imagine the amount of messages I would receive? No. I wasn't in the group chat. I kept on speaking with some of the guys like personally, and obviously like I kept following Celtic, but not in the group chat.
Were there quite a few of your former teammates then quite persuasive in trying to get you back throughout that time? Or?
Well, like I said before, some of them always said that like in a joke, but it was a joke that it was a bit of truth, you know, we never know. But well, in the end, it happened, and right now this is reality, and the most important thing is that I'm really happy to be here, and I can't wait to go.
I'm sure you've seen quite a few of the games. The way Brendan Rodgers plays, it seems like it would really suit your game. Is that what you hope, that you can hit the ground running? It's perfect for you the way.
Yeah, that's what I hope. I think Celtic has a very specific way of playing, a dominant way, attacking, scoring goals, giving the joy and happiness to the fans, and I think that's all I've dreamed of since I was a young guy, and I have the opportunity now to do it again in such a wonderful club. So that's it.
I think you've probably seen some of the reaction from the fans. They seem to be quite excited about you coming back. Have you experienced that firsthand? Have you?
I haven't yet. So everything is just like happening really fast. So I haven't had the opportunity to see anything. I'm not much on social media either. So maybe I'll give a moment to that later. Yeah.